Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Here.
Director Rundy.
Here.
Director Hayes.
Here.
Director Roth.
Here.
And Director Rice Walker is excused. Director Gray.
Here.
And President Bradley.
Here. We have a quorum. We'll call the meeting to order.
From Communications, findings of facts, conclusion of law, decision, and order pertaining to hearing number 8160 concerning the revocation of permit number 84777, New Life Evangelistic Center, Inc., 1411 Locust, operating a rooming house or hotel that is detrimental to the neighborhood pursuant to Ordinance 61971 as codified by Chapter 11.72 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis, recommends approval. Recommendation that permit number 119265, Broadway Sales Group, LLC, care of Shabard Bayet, to operate 4214 South Broadway, Suite A, as a convenience store, no liquor and no cooking. The applicant was given 90 days to comply. The 90 days is up, and the matter is being revisited. Recommendation, ordered approved. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as an emergency action to restore and rebuild Link Belt Truck Crane to extend its service life. Recommends approval. Recommendation that the board declares as emergency action replace chain of rocks transformer number 4 primary bushing and lighting arresters be approved. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. AT&T to bore and place a 300 per cable from an existing manhole at the front of 1037 South Taylor, 40 feet east to the front of 1040 South Taylor. From this point, bore 65 feet north to the intersection of South Taylor and Gibson. From this point, bore 60 feet east, etc. AT&T Missouri, start at existing manhole at the intersection of Natural Bridge and Euclid, 4901 Natural Bridge, bore 15 feet north until AT&T 10 by 10 easement, placing 2 AT&T cables and 1 conduit, dig 2 pits, saw cut and restore sidewalk as necessary. Union Electric Company, doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to install conduit and remove overhead lines on the east and west side of Vandervender, north and south side of Forest Park in Alley, and north and south side of Duncan. Union Electric Company, doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to directional bore work on east side of Nebraska, north and south of Allen. Union Electric Company, doing business as Ameren, Missouri, to reroute conduit to New Pole and Newstead and Clayton. Regional Justice Information Service, to directional bore underneath a city-owned street west of 4255 West Pine, then leaving the parking lot and pass under North Boyle to enter the Regional Justice Information Service facility to install a new security perimeter fencing which includes 1 main gate and 2 auto gate openers. Geodrill Inc. to install 1 temporary 1-inch soil boring piezometer at approximately 30 feet BGS at 1000 Bates Street in the sidewalk at the intersection of Bates and Louisiana. Southside Property LLC to install 1 monitoring well south of 6424 Southland in north right-of-way of Loughborough, and a second one west of 6902 Hampton and east right-of-way of Hampton, both in the tree line. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Jason Torres and Alexander Rodriguez to consolidate land at 5237 and 5241 Elizabeth in City Block 4073. And Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District to subdivide land at 1 West Penrose Street in City Block 2503. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that the board declares as a festival zone the French School Market Day, May 2nd, 2015, at Pine at the French School, 1881 Pine. Recommends approval. Now we have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. I'm Michael Vicentainer, zoning plan examiner for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval with conditions is recommended for 9 applications, with 1 altered from the transmittal. They are 5434 Reber, 1181 South Broadway, 7420 Michigan, 2101 through 07 South Jefferson, 2212 South Jefferson, 2700 Cherokee, 2700 through 06 Cherokee, 2701 through 07 Delmar, 4400 CD Banks, and 5104 Hampton, which the original transmittal said for the hours of operation is Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Apparently, the neighborhood association agreed to add Sunday hours, with the same Sunday hours.
On the 2 daycare facilities, I just want to assure that both of those have state licensure.
The one at South Jefferson is currently in operation, and upon looking at their plans, they figured that they had room for, like, measuring out the square footage, that they had room for another 8 children. So they've been operating for about 9 months now. The second one, Michigan, is not currently open, so they would be pending state approval.
And then 5104 Hampton, I just want to be very clear that even though there was opposition from the alderperson in the packet, that there was a follow-up letter from the Southampton Neighborhood Association, which was in support of the project. Is that correct?
Yes, they reached an agreement with several conditions.
Any other questions from the board? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
So move. Second.
A motion to approve the recommendations and seconded. Can you read the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Rice Walker is excused. Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. I'd like to entertain the minutes of the meeting from February the 10th. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
So move.
Okay. The motion and seconded. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Rice Walker is excused. Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Minutes are approved. Concerning today's agenda, I would ask that you consider the revocation of permit number 119265 for Broadway Sales Group, LLC, to table that until next week's meeting, when we can have a presentation from the Department of Public Safety on their findings in reference to the qualifications that were given to maintain the permit. If that's acceptable, I will entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
So it's been motioned and seconded that we'll accept the agenda and we'll table the revocation of permit number 119265 until next week. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Rice Walker is excused. Director Gray.
Aye.
And President Bradley.
Aye. Approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.